Hello, beautiful souls. Um, been called today to do a general reading rather than all my readings lately have been very specific. A general reading for all signs for Scorpio season and a bit beyond. So I'm a bit late into the season, but I've been told it's all good. So there's some messages we need to get through today for whoever's watching. Just take what resonates for you and leave the rest for others. Perhaps some of the things that don't resonate for you today may be seeds of thought for the future to take into consideration. So it's not always about looking at what's relevant for you with the lens that you hold today, because in the coming weeks and months, as time passes, we experience things, upgrades, disappointments, breakthroughs, different things that shift our awareness, and the lens that we're looking through gets adjusted, right? So then we can see things through in a different way. So things that may not appear to be relevant to you today may make sense to you down the track, and you can come back and obviously re-watch the reading and see what it does for you then. And one more, thanks Spirit. I just got a feeling of it's really a time, there is a lot going on energetically, that it's a time for us to focus on what we're grateful for. I got a flush of gratitude come through quite strongly. So either you're feeling that way or you need to get into that headspace, that heart space. Now, as we're speaking of heart space, I was told to bring out all the greens today. I hope that the video is picking this up. Bring out all the green crystals. So it really is all about the heart chakra today. And the other thing they told me to bring out is I was cleansing from last reading again before I put things away, and this feather was on the amethyst that I was using, and they said no, keep that. And then I said go and get the other feathers. So I don't know if you can see very well. This is a collection of feathers that I've picked up around my property over time from just birds that have just dropped their feathers along the way. I haven't been picking them off any dead birds or anything. They've just been, I just come across a feather on the grass. And so I collect them because they're a gift from Spirit. So something about birds, about feeling free, spreading your wings, not feeling caged. As I was preparing this room, I had the blinds down but open, if that makes sense, and I was like, oh, it's like a cage. I don't want to feel like I'm in a cage while I'm doing a reading. I want to feel my best. So I opened all the blinds, and then they made me understand some people are feeling contained, feeling caged, like you can't go and do what you want to do. And I think the message here is go and do what you want to do. If it's to take a drive somewhere where you don't normally, somewhere that's not close to home, it might be the mountains, it might be the ocean, it might be somewhere in between. It might be that your muscles are tight and you just want to give yourself permission to go and get a massage or some energy work, or go to a yoga class or whatever it is. But you feel like, oh no, I shouldn't. There's something about, oh, I shouldn't. Oh, I'll be okay. I don't need to do that. I'll be okay. Maybe tomorrow, maybe later on in the week. And it's like, why do you need permission? Why can't you just do what you feel to do for yourself? So right then they just said breaking free. So it's a moment or a period of gone through great transformation, and the transformation's continuing, but it's releasing the shackles of the past in particular. Things or situations that were holding our focus and keeping us stuck, things that were holding us back. So releasing the shackles of the past, you're really starting to get a sense of freedom in terms of I kind of know which direction to go forward with now. So they're saying stick with that. There's going to be days where you need some emotional release. There'll be days where mentally some of the things that have happened in the past, there's a revisit to that. The thoughts come back into your mind, and if you allow it, just sit with that. It might be triggering, but I think you're at the stage now where it doesn't need to be completely triggering like it once was. You're free of that now. So, but you're able to look back through today's eyes and say, yes, this happened, and this is what I feel was actually going on, and that happened, and this is what I feel was actually going on there, and that happened, and this is what I actually feel was going on there. So tapping into your intuition when you look back at past events. Yeah, or past people, or whatever the right words are for you. Okay, they're saying don't shuffle again. Okay, so that's funny because I kept shuffling earlier because I by accident saw the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck, and I thought, well, I don't want to see anything. I don't want to know that that's there. So I kept shuffling, and here it is. So Wheel of Fortune, the Hanged Man, and the Empress, and they're saying to me, do 3 lines and do 1 line at a time. So that is what I shall do. So the Wheel of Fortune, I spoke about this in the previous reading, I believe. You're in the process of turning the wheel in the right direction. So things are falling into place for you. It may not always feel like it. You might be doing a new project or something new, and you're not quite getting the results that you think you should have or that you would like. And you kind of might be feeling a little bit hesitant of, should I continue? What should I do? And they're saying just keep doing what feeds your soul. Right? So if it's a hobby or a new way of working or something separate to your work, but it has a particular interest, you have a particular interest in that field, like do it. Whatever it is, if you're branching out into something new, you've always wanted to learn about fitness for some reason, that's coming to my mind, do it. There's nothing to stop you now. So just endeavour, look into, research and do whatever it is that you feel to do, because it will be not completely outside of your character, but it will feel new, and that's the energy that you need to do, and that you need right now is embarking on newness and exploring and learning new things, and doing new things, if that makes sense. And so the time is right for that, 100%. And don't be too concerned about, I think there was a period of time, I'm talking to people who, once upon a time, you would have been really affected, much more affected than you are today, by people around you at any given time. Much more affected by their energies, much more affected by whether they seem happy with you, or I don't know, I think you cared too much about what other people thought and what other people were doing and how it affected you. And I feel now that you're kind of like, yeah, they're there, but I say what I want to say when I want to say it. I think I think that when you're out socially or with family or whatever, that you're actually finding that you're more outspoken these days. But this is really about using that was just a sidebar, your intellect and what is your passion. And you don't have to sit there and go, oh, I don't know what my passion is. What is my passion? I need to know what my passion is. No, what do you have even the slightest interest in? Are you into botany? Are you into, like, what have you, you know, just explore your interests, yeah? And keep going with it, because it's actually nourishing for your soul to be in that energy of exploration and learning new or doing new things or whatever it is, particularly if it's about your self-care. And then moving forward to the Hanged Man. So this is giving me the energy of that caged feeling again. So there'll be moments where that's what it is. So because you have been, your energy has been elevated because you've been through what you've been through in the last 6 months to a year, and the cycle's closing out there for you. So I know this isn't the world card. That's what I would where I would normally say that, but I feel like there's like things are turned in just the right position for you to move forward. So there'll be times where it's not a little bit, it's not quite this, but I'm going to say it anyway, where the old energy is back. Some days or times within a day where you feel like, has anything really changed? Do I have opportunity now to actually live the way I want to live? Has anything really, like, what's different really? Am I really different? And the answer is yes, you are. So, but there's times where you feel like, because it's time to spread your wings, and you have been doing that at times, whether you're conscious of it or not, you're actually operating in a more free manner. When in certain environments or at certain points in time, your immediate environment, whether you're home or whether you're at work or wherever you are, you might feel contained and caged in. And that's because that environment in that moment is not giving you a feeling of I can be me and I can spread my wings and be me. Claim my energetic space, put it that way. It could be a little bit oppressive, and it could just be like here. It's a really rainy day, and you know, severely overcast and everything. So the light is quite soft. So from in the house, I've got to turn lights on to do what I'm doing right now, because there's not the sunlight that we have on other days. So it can feel oppressive, but it's fine. Don't allow your environment, just as you're not allowing people to affect you the way that they once did, don't allow your environments to dictate how you should feel. So what I did is I turned lights on, I opened windows, I lit incense, I rang my bell, I opened blinds, and it's a different space now. And so I create, I change. Look at things from a different perspective. It's great to be a sensitive soul. And it's also great to empower yourself to effect change and make choices to change your environment or change the way you do things or change what you do or who you're around and all that kind of stuff. It really is about self-empowerment, looking at things from a different perspective. You're not actually ever stuck. You might have moments of pause where you get to reassess, and it might feel like a lull, like it's a bit depressive or whatever. And then if you sit in that for too long, you might feel like nothing's actually changed. But you're fooling yourself. Like, seriously, it has, and you have. And it's time to put your change into action. So demonstrate the changes within you through your actions and what you do, how you look after yourself and your environment, if that makes sense. And then we have the Empress. And so she's all about, like, this is the card of empowerment, of self-empowerment. And she's all about sitting back and taking stock of what resources she has available to her. She's not bothered by anyone. And she just is doing her thing and is confident that she can do whatever she wants, whenever she wants it. But she's clever in terms of knowing which situations feed her, or which resources feed her, or which don't, or which people, you know, are right for her at any given time or whatever, where she knows where to be and where not to be. Yeah? She doesn't accept less than what she deserves either. Okay? So, I'm seeing a progression here from recognizing that the time is right, and then it's like they just said to me, battling through the mind's cobwebs, or the remnants. And I don't normally read this card this way, but this is what I'm getting today. The remnants of old patterns. Look at things differently. Don't look at things the way that at times you might be tempted to look at things the way you used to, and times have changed. And that will, like, by changing your perspective, go and hang upside down if you need to. Certainly spend time in nature and connect with the trees. Just put your palms, particularly your left palm, but both palms on a beautiful tree trunk, and just close your eyes and stand there and see what you feel, particularly in the base of your feet, even if you're wearing rubber-soled shoes. Just connect with nature, and you'll get that more freedom, more clarity, more of a... It's like the path will present itself. Here we have the Judgment card. And so what I was saying before about you expressing yourself more freely around people, it's like, or doing something where you, like I'm doing now, where you express yourself that it affects other people, but you're not directing it at other people. It's quite diplomatic, and the message that you're giving, you're just putting out into the world, and you're not having to really focus on anyone in particular. It's not about the person receiving it, it's about what you have to say. I hope that makes sense. And it's to do with emotional stuff. So I think that you're if you haven't already, you're in this place now where you're much more free. This is part of spreading your wings. Pardon me, let's get some water. Where you're feeling more free to express how you feel about anything at any given time. Like you're able to... You were once someone who's very reserved, and you're finding bit by bit now that you're feeling more free, more confident, or whatever the right word is, to take that filter away with people around you, where you can say, well, this is how I feel about it. Or just simply, like if someone looked at you funny across the table, you'd normally just, it would make you more introverted and concerned about why they're looking at me that way. Nowadays, you just go, why are you looking at me that way? What's that look about? Or whatever. And I don't mean it in a confronting way. You're just asking, and just the way you're interacting with people is much more honest, less reserved. Okay, coming out into the world and being seen for who you actually are. There's more. That's the energy that's coming out of you during this Scorpio season and beyond. And this stuff is all because of whatever dramas or traumas or emotional pain or mental discord or whatever you've had to work through in the last year or so or more. The time is just right for it, because you've been doing your work and being reflective and allowing yourself to feel what needs to be felt, so it can pass through you mentally and through your body, has really gotten you here, okay, to a place of empowerment. So the Emperor is very matter of fact. What's coming through today with this card is there's a matter of factness about you, of, well, this is how it is. This is how I feel, and this is what I'm saying, because this is what I stand by. Okay, it's not that you're being rigid. It's that this journey has enabled you to get to strengthen and develop um, your relationship with yourself. So when I say know thyself, you're closer to that than you've ever been before, and so you are not one to I'm going to use words that you might not like, but piss fart around. You're not mucking around anymore. And if you need to be, you can be quite brutal about expressing what you think. So this is about diplomacy, and this is about, well, this is where I'm at, and this is how I think about it, and so this is what I decide for me. And so what I'm getting with is it's so grounded. It's like nobody can push you off your perch anymore. Not so easily. Yeah? No one can push you off your perch. It's funny, I'm still talking birds, right? You're not shaken off your perch so easily anymore. There's a conviction there. And then so we have the devil. And so the way I read the cards, in terms of the communication style, the devil is the opposite of the judgment card. So judgment cards are all about diplomacy and not directing your words at anybody. The devil here is all about burning people with your words. And so this is what will happen to people if they don't honour who you are today. So we've got the Emperor and the Empress. They're both out here today. So this could be about union. You're entering into either a new relationship or new cycle around relationships because of the way that you operate these days. The way you're operating is changing, and so the caliber of union or interactions with people, particularly high caliber people, is upgrading, if that makes sense. And so if anyone pushes your boundaries or comes at you with deception, lies, betrayal, just dodgy, shifty, snaky energy, or you can see that they have addictions that you don't tolerate, or the addiction is a demonstration of their mindset, more importantly, and you just don't want that around you. This is where you will speak up and you will say, hey, like I said before, why are you looking at me that way? Or why did you say that? What did you mean? Like, actually, you're less reserved, so you're more honest about your reactions to the behaviour of people around you, and you will say what you need to say, whether it hurts them or not. And I don't mean that you're becoming a rude prick. I mean that you no longer fear. Your intention is this: diplomacy, putting love out into the world, helping people, being honest with your emotions, with those around you who deserve to know about it. But you also know what you've been through and what you've had to go through in order to get to this place of stability within yourself, and you're not about to let anybody muck you around or play games with you, or give you a head twist or whatever, mind twist or anything like that. You know where you're at and why you're there, and your tolerance for lower level energies and lower level immature mind games or dishonesty, disloyalty, all that kind of stuff. You will say what you have to say about that. You will not have it. You will not have it today. So it shows big lessons, and this is why I keep saying, what have you been through? You've been through some stuff, because the only way you get through this journey is that you've shed some tears, and you've really had to look at some things and really feel some things, and whether you realise it or not, it's changed your lens, the lens through which you look at life. It's changed the way you see things, and it's changed therefore the way you operate. So don't feel like, because it's been some time that's passed now, do not feel like I went through that, but it doesn't matter. It has no consequence, so I'll just carry on the way that I was. You cannot carry on the way that you were. It will not work anymore. You have awakened to who you are and what you're about and what's important to you, You know what your intent is out in the world, and you know now what you won't put up with again. So you can't go back. This is the new you. I'm so excited with I'm so excited with the way this is going for the people who are listening, whoever this is for, because I love seeing people go through growth and end up with self-empowerment. I love it. This is what I live for. This is what a lot of my personal readings that I do and the energy work that I do, and even I do massage as well. Even that stuff, like it empowers people and releasing old stuff and putting labels on. This is what this is about. This is what that is about. Da, da, da. You choose. You're empowered now. You choose moving forward what you want. I love it. Absolutely love it. I love this journey for you. And so what's coming, so I feel like, I don't want to put this into weeks or whatever, but I feel this feels like what's coming. It feels like your attention is going to be brought, if it hasn't already in this Scorpio season, I feel that it might be that your attention is being brought back to your relationship situation or to a relationship. It might be a past relationship or one that you're in now, or you might be single and you're thinking about that. Do I want to be in union? But it's going to bring, something's going to happen where it brings your focus, your attention is brought back to a union or back to being around someone. And there might be a choice. So this is a Gemini card, and it's so it's about duality and having choices, but also being able to see the other side of the coin. And they're saying you could be taking a chance on something, but don't forget this, right? Taking a chance on something, but take the bird's eye view. So see this angel here, beautiful white wings, overlooking this couple. So take the bird's eye view. Again, we're referring to the bird's eye view of the situation. So being able to look at patterns or look at your romantic situation, whether it's something from the past or someone from the past, or you're entering into a new one now, or you're single and you want to reflect on whether you want to be in a relationship, whatever it is, something's going to trigger for you to bring your attention back to relationships, intimate relationships. And they're saying to take a bird's eye view of it. So take a higher view of it and try to gain perspective from a higher view, rather than anything that happens in your interaction with that person, if that makes sense. So sometimes people are not quite honest with us, or you might be ready to go forward with the relationship, for example, and they seem to be a bit wishy-washy or a bit energy in, energy out type of thing, and you might be starting to question what they're doing. Just take a higher perspective, just watch, take a higher perspective. It may be the opposite of what I'm describing, because this is a general reading, so things could play out however they play out in your life. But they're just saying either way, whatever the situation is, don't just go by that person's words or actions. Observe take your time to observe. So with the kookaburra, for example, bird here in Australia, they'll sit there for hours and just watch the grass until a bug or a worm pops its head up, and then they lunge in and get it. So it's not so much about taking the opportunity, but it kind of is, because I've said it, but it is more about patience and watching. Yeah. So I hope that gives you enough tools or insight into, and use your intuition. Know your abilities and use your intuition. in terms of whether you step forward or step back or say what you need to say in this way or say what you need to say in that way. Second last card is the Hermit. And so again, taking time out to observe, to shed light on what bothers you or what you feel or what you think the situation is. Shedding light on the situation. And I feel that whether this is a past person, a recently a new person, or you're single and you don't know how you'll be, like whether you'll feel safe in a relationship again because of your past experiences or whatever it is. I feel that you're not going to rush in this time. This is about taking, like I just said with the kookaburra, taking the time to observe, to monitor your thoughts and feelings, connect with your intuition, and bring your own light to, like, shed your own light on it. Don't just base your decisions on what someone else is saying. For some reason, that's how do you actually, like, go away and actually check in on how you actually feel about it and what your intuition is telling you when you shed light on the situation. And you get that through spending time alone. So it's not about jumping into this situation and never being apart again. You know what you've been through in the past. You need to really, so the Emperor doesn't take a step forward until he has the full facts. The Empress won't move for anyone at anyone's whim. She does what she wants to do when she wants to do it. Okay, so like it may, things may happen that might trigger you and make you feel unsteady on your feet like you used to be. Bring your nerves back and shake your belly up. And they're saying ground yourself. Spend time in nature, as I was saying before, and remember who you are and what you've learned about yourself mainly, and be that person, be the Empress, be the Emperor, no matter what your gender is. Because this is about your life. So he's sitting in the center of it all and does things his way because he knows what he's gone through to get to this position of strength. And the wisdom that he has come from pain and hardship. So he ain't mucking around. He will not be pushed off his perch or influenced so easily. And he will speak up appropriately for whatever the situation or person is. Not scared to express himself. Oh, awesome. Last card, the Fool. And so this is new beginnings. This is new beginnings. This is about you taking a leap of faith. And it may not necessarily be about relationships. It may be about things I mentioned before, the job, the research you're doing, you want to do into fitness or whatever your hobbies are. It may be that, putting energy into that about you. It doesn't have to be that you're taking a leap of faith into a relationship or back to one either. It is really about, I'm footloose and fancy free. I can do whatever I please right now. And I'm saying to you, please do whatever you please right now. It's the whole point. It's where we started, right? It's the whole point. Do it and feel free. Take your time to smell the roses and take your steps towards what you want to take your steps towards. It brings you joy where there's optimism. Okay? And feel blessed because you are. Feel protected because you are. You're not going to allow yourself to go through what you've been through before. Okay? There'll always be challenges in life. That's the whole point, right? See the mountains? Mountains to climb behind you. He's saying, or he, she, whatever you want to call it, is saying, life will never be perfect, right? There will always be challenges in life, but I'm still able to move freely and do as I please. And I'm saying to you, please move freely and do as you please. There's no one that you have to be answerable to. There's no one that you have to be concerned about how they feel about how you're living or any of that stuff. Yeah, you've broken through all of the butterflies come out of the cocoon. You've broken free of anything that was constraining you. People who were holding you back and constraining you, keeping you caged or stuck or not feeling confident in yourself to step forward and do things that you want to do for yourself, or they were taking up all your time or your headspace or whatever, they are gone. So move forward and do what you couldn't do before. And it's scary, right? That came through. I was singing a bit of a song. I can't remember what the song was. As liberating as freedom is, it can also be scary, was the point of what I was singing. Okay, so it is scary, and do it anyway. Because you'll take your precautions, and you know who you are today. You know what you'll put up with and what you won't moving forward. You know that if you encounter danger or anything that makes you not feel good, you will step back, walk the other way. If things need to be said, you will say it. You've got your own back now. Okay, and so the bottom of the deck, awesome. We have the Magician. So underlying all of this, it's sort of like the lining at the base of the cake, is the Magician, and this is truly about weaving your magic. So it is about making your life how you want it to be, but it really is about responding to the things in life that excite you, that pique your interest, that stimulate you mentally, that you're enthusiastic about, and putting energy into it in a grounded, passionate, emotional way. Does that make sense? So we're talking about using all of the elements, embodying all of the qualities of all of the elements. Yeah. So air is I don't want to tell anyone how to suck eggs, but you may already know this stuff. But air is the intellect. Fire is passion. So you've got yellow representing the air, the intellect. The red cape and the flowers there represent, they're red and it's passion. The blue that he's wearing, blue's water, is emotions. And then he's pointing to the heavens, to the divine, and down to the earth. So he's surrounded by nature and has his feet on the ground. Okay? So there's the grounding, there's the earth quality. So all of the qualities that those different elements, even has metal and wood, okay? That those different elements encompass, you're being encouraged to embody. It's like you have all the tools now. You may not feel like it. You may not feel completely empowered yet. Maybe you've just stuck a couple of legs out of the cocoon, but your wings haven't opened up yet. It feels a bit sticky still. That's okay. There's no pressure. But you've got the tools now to do what you need to do for yourself and have fun. Have fun, have fun, have fun. Do what brings you joy. Yeah? Don't be around people who drag you down. Be around people who you're enthusiastic about seeing and who operate in a way that is uplifting. Yep. Okay. That's it for today. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.